This is a ticket to the party.
Evening, boys. First service. You've got to love Mohammed.
Oh! That is a moment of absolute magic from Federer.
It's Murray magic, though.
Djokovic, what are you doing? It's phenomenal.
He's got quite a large gluteus maximus.
I've never seen anything like it.
Hello and welcome back to the Loosely Strung Tennis Podcast. My name's Callum and I'm here today, as usual, with the full squad. We've had a great week watching the Davis Cup and we're going to hit the action soon. But first of all, Skinny, how you feeling?
I'm on top of the world, baby. I'm moving house this week. I'm getting close to the tennis courts, taking it more seriously. And lastly, oh, Canada, I love Felix.
Well, thank God you're doing podcasts, not singing. Gary, how you feeling?
Yeah, good, mate. Had a good week, but not as good as yours because you were a lucky git and we're in Malaga for the week.
He was. But no, it was good. Ross P, I'm coming to you last. Pricey, good to see you as usual. You brighten up every single Monday for me. How are you feeling?
Many people do call me the highlight of the day, the highlight of the room, and I'm happy to make it the highlight of the cabin. I'm here.
Oh, fantastic. And the magic man, Ross P, nearly made a 5:30 a.m. gym appearance today, but it was too dark outside, so returned to the bed. How you feeling about that?
I'm okay with that because that was my reason. Last week almost was the haircut. This week's almost the gym. So next week, who knows what's going to happen?
Could almost be a millionaire.
Exactly.
Enough of the tennis, or the recent tennis, because it's time for something different.
Oh.
Welcome back, the quiz. I told all the boys that there would be no quiz this week, but little did they know there will be a quiz this week, and it is on my phone and ready to go. This time, though, all will be involved.
Oh, please, I wish we had a soundboard for a buzzer.
If only. So there will be 5 questions. You will have 30 seconds, not per question, sorry. There will be 30 seconds in total. I will start a timer on my phone. Okay. So you have 30... Actually, so we'll give you a little bit more, just for the people at home as well, so you can play along. Let us know your score. Remember, at Loosely Strung TP on all socials. Okay, boys. Are we ready to go?
I am born ready for this.
Ready to rumble, man.
Okay, and the music starts when Ross P edits it. Now. Nicola Mahut and John Isner recorded the longest tennis match in history at Wimbledon in 2010. How many games were played in total during the final set?
I can't do quick maths.
Roger Federer was born in which Swiss city? How many Grand Slam titles has Serena Williams won?
This was a quiz, not a charity.
Oh, that is... I hope you're so wrong in all these questions.
I think my first one might be wrong.
Oh, no.
Who is the last person to win back-to-back women's singles Grand Slam titles?
Back to back.
Question 5, come on.
Question 5, I know we're over the timer, but it's too fun to stop. And question 5 would be... Fred Perry was the last British man to win Wimbledon before. Andy Murray. Which year was Perry's last triumph?
That's simple maths, man.
Go on, Sam. What was the year again? What year did he win?
No, tell me.
Oh, okay. Lord loves a try.
I am excited for these results. What
Was
does
it
it win
Wimbledon
get,
during the
Cal?
war?
Can we ask?
Was it a Wimbledon during the war?
Don't know. Time up. What does the winner get? 1 hour free lesson with me.
Oh, I'd rather just not win then.
Tank it then, lad.
I'm out.
Okay, question one. Nicola Mahut and John Isner recorded the longest tennis match in history at Wimbledon 2010. How many games were played in total during the final set? Skinny?
I went 177.
Gary?
112.
Rossby?
88.
What?
152.
138, which means Pricey, I think you're the closest, so you will gain the point
Thank
for
you, sir.
that.
I'll just keep a wee note of that. 1 point.
In which city was Roger Federer born?
I guessed Bern.
Basel.
Basel.
I am so bad at quizzing.
How many Grand Slam titles has Serena Williams won?
I'm going to go in with this one because this is when I made my cheeky comment, and I think it's 23.
I think it's 23.
But then I don't know if she's won any doubles.
I think it is 23, but I think the look in your face, Callum, means I think you've been a dick, and you've and you've not specified it's singles titles, have you?
Answer your question.
23.
24.
Oh, Gary Brown. That is horrific. Everyone else 1 point.
Thank you very much.
Who was the last player to win back-to-back women's singles Grand Slams?
I'm going Ash Barty.
I said Ash Barty.
I don't think anyone's done it in a long time. I put Venus.
I put Serena.
The answer? Naomi Osaka.
Oh, she won the Australian French back-to-back, didn't it? Was it?
US, Australia, I think.
I have no idea, but good guess, good guess.
So I get 0 points.
No, there's one question left, isn't there? And it was what year did Fred Perry last triumph at Wimbledon?
1976.
No!
What?
I bet he's even fucking alive.
No! Oh no, he's had an absolute stinker. Oh wow. Anyone
It's
else?
just a great James Blunt song, mate. That's not a year.
I've gone 1938.
52.
36.
36! Woo! Master needs a haircut. Going to the gym this morning, the Ross P. Well done, boys. Tally up your scores. What did you get?
1.
3 for me.
3.
1.
A massive come down from my victory last time.
I don't know, actually. Hold on.
Did you need a calculator for this?
2 carries the 1.
3.
3. Decide that, and I've got it. Who did Roger Federer beat in the final to claim his first Wimbledon title in 2003? Buzz in.
Boris Becker.
You cannot answer this now.
You're out.
The floor to me, mate.
It is the round to Mr. P.
5. 4.
Philippussis.
He's taking it!
Boris Becker. Boris Becker.
It could have been Boris Becker.
No, it couldn't have been Boris Becker.
Probably in jail.
He's not listening, so I can say what I want.
He's 1 phone calls to you, mate.
So, we're going to change this up a little bit, and I'm going to hand the reins over to the boys, especially Skinny, because they're going to ask me a few questions of my first-hand experience at the Davis Cup this year.
All right, and I get into character, talk a wee bit higher, say I'm the champ.
I'm the best player of all time.
I'm the best player of all time. Nah. So, Callum, how were you at the Davis Cup? How was the standard of tennis at the Davis Cup in Malaga?
See, if I'm honest with you, Skinny, for the first hour, I was pissed. I was so pissed, right? I was there with my girlfriend. I was steaming €3.50 a pint, right?
Please drink
And
responsibly.
if you've seen me drink pints before, you know that is a disaster. A disaster. Honestly, though, the first match is a little bit wary for me. I've not got much of a recollection of it, but I do know that Kokkinakis is, how do I put this nicely?
Don't say it nicely.
He's awful to watch.
Had he been out in a bender with you the night before?
Honestly, he may as well have because it was awful. Borna Coric, just that steady player, very, very good at just keeping the ball in and making it difficult for other people. He doesn't have any real massive weapons. He's actually serves really good for not such a small guy, but compared to the other players on tour, he's pretty small. He served really good, but everything he did just made Kokkinakis crumble. Like, Kokkinakis is known for one shot, really, isn't he? This massive forehand. We know loads of people like that, don't we, Pricey? But because he wasn't able to hit it, the rest of his game looked like challenger level.
So, if that was the play on the court, we're so used to going to Glasgow and seeing it. I believe that we will win.
Yeah, the worst chant in the world.
Give me what was the atmosphere like in Spain? Viva España.
Well, I don't know any Croatian, so I don't know what they were shouting, but they were so
Die, Callum, die.
fucking loud. I was in the gods, right? Nobody could see me. But
Channeling your inner Ross.
The Croatians were so loud. They had like a trumpet. I think there was like a few of them had a trumpet. So loud, cheering, screaming. They were booing like Kokonakis, booing Diminoa. But the whole crowd were definitely pro-Australia. Like, it was very, very... I don't know if that's because Croatia put Spain out the round before, but they were very, very pro-Australia. I mean, like, Marin Cilic and stuff were getting genuinely booed at one point, and I thought, tasty, I like this. So I was really, really in favour of the Spanish crowd, and very busy. So it was much busier than Glasgow.
Not like Fort Worth then?
Not like Fort Worth. Busier than Glasgow, but no, honestly, it was a great day out. DJs, bands playing, mini tennis. The food was hot dogs. He doesn't love a hot dog. Very, very Spanish.
Whoa, guys, let's hear Ross P's opinion on this.
I love a hot dog on and off the court, mate.
Oh!
Honestly, it's my most consistent shot on the court as a hot dog.
Oh, I was so confused there. I just thought you... I was like, what do you mean on the... Well, I wouldn't even be surprised if you turned up to a pre-match with a hot dog. But no, it was absolutely fantastic. Amazing just to see tennis in a different country. And I hope everyone listening is fucking jealous.
Well, I've got a question I'm going to pose to Callum. Did the tie... I've just realised I was about to ask you if the tie missed Alcaraz, but I don't actually think you would have been playing for either of those countries, would they?
Nope. Both countries could have used them, to be fair. But
yeah, I was going to say... I've just thought because you're in Spain, Alcaraz would be there.
Did I miss Alcaraz? Yes. There was actually a picture of him up on the wall. And I kept saying to my girlfriend, oh, can you imagine he was there? And she was like, I have no fucking clue who that is.
He sounds like your pin-up, man.
He's just a cool guy, isn't he?
Did you get a picture of the picture?
No.
And a wee bit of, just for TripAdvisor for the rest of us, Malaga, we know the Davis Cup finals are going to be there for a couple of years going forward. There's going to be a bit more countries are going to be going there. Would you recommend a trip for any of our listeners out there to go make it?
Well, just go. Outside of the Davis Cup, it was €2 a pint and €2 for a glass of wine.
Please drink responsibly.
Don't even, just go and love it, man. Like, brilliant. But let's get back to the tennis, because I've got a question for you guys now.
Hit us.
Yes, I do. So the Davis Cup final obviously just took place, which saw Canada.
Thank you.
Yep. Canada take the win, which makes them the final ever ATP Cup champions, and in the same year, obviously, Davis Cup, which is the first time they've ever won it. Fair play. Felix pretty much carried it. Am I right, Pricey?
Well,
I'm right. And I just wanted to ask a little bit of a different question here and get a little bit of chat around Denis Shapovalov. For me, he is so hot and cold, and I don't actually like watching him, but I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are on his possibilities for next year.
I think Dennis has peaked. The most fame he was ever going to get was when he hit that umpire at the Davis Cup. That's the most you'll ever see his name tweeted or read out. Like, I think he's a super talented player. We have a hothead. Quite odd to watch, I find. Hits with so much topspin off that forehand, and I don't respect a single-handed backhand. So sorry, Ross P. I'm not even going to go into what your backhand is.
Hey, my backhand yesterday was on fire, mate.
Sure. But no, I think the guy's peaked. If we're going to take it back to the tennis, I don't see him winning anything next year at all.
I genuinely think he'll hit maybe one quarter-final of a slam, and that'll be him. He'll maybe win a 250. Not much else.
Dennis Menace, for me, is going to get to what Gary said, quarter-final max. But if you just look at what he did that week, how bad he was in the semi-final to what he did in the final, he's got to be seen as the hero of the week. Come on.
Well, the only thing I would say was obviously his singles performance in the semi-final was genuinely horrendous. But his doubles performance in the quarter-final was the only reason they got through. He was genuinely fantastic. The way he struck the ball is one of them ones, isn't it? When he's on form, he is so hard to stop. But if he is shit, he is bloody shit.
They should definitely lost that quarter-final against Germany, though.
I cannot believe that they took that off the German pair, because they had been undefeated in Davis Cup history. So
Do you know who else was undefeated for that whole full week? Felix.
aye, did he look good? He looked good. I don't think anyone he played against was really of an incredible standard. I think every single match he played, you expect him to win. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Musetti, when he played against Musetti, he just looks like a bit part player. Like he would be, if he played a different sport, he'd be on the bench every week. That's the only way I look at him, and I don't think that anyone could, if Felix played that same tournament for the next 10 weeks, I don't think he would lose a game.
I think you maybe looking back around when obviously they played Italy, I think it was a big risk putting Berrettini in for the doubles, having not played, and then obviously it was so tight. And I think if Berrettini had been in the final, if Berrettini had made it, I think Italy would have won in the final.
Yeah, did they not have to do that though? I think Bellelli was injured. So did they have anyone they could sort of call up other than him?
Well, surely he doesn't play. Like, no, but come on. Like, he's literally put up a message saying like, "Wow, I'm gonna be here with the team, but I'm injured." So like, surely anyone fit is better than him injured.
Or it's mind games.
It could be mind games.
Yeah, but why would you wait mind games that long? Because he would have played the singles if it was mind games.
Maybe. I just think when you see, obviously Berrettini came out from injury and played the doubles, and it was a tiebreak and then 7-5, wasn't it, that he lost. I get what you're saying. He probably doesn't play. Maybe it's a terrible shout, but I honestly think Italy would have done them in the final.
I'll be honest with you. I think whoever Australia were playing in the final would have got done. Australia have good players. They do. They don't have winners. That sounds harsh.
Oh, I tell you what,
Kokonakis, not a winner.
Yeah, he's not a winner. Sorry, but their doubles team won Wimbledon.
That's what carries them though.
But yeah, but what about this? Their doubles team wins Wimbledon, but they split them up. Jordan Thompson plays instead. That was a weird one, but
I think
one of the
Ebden
ones
was
that
injured
worked.
again.
Obviously injured. Well, obviously it worked, so fair play, but no, I do agree. I don't think Diminor as well, another one, I see him in the same level as Denis Shapovalov, as in like he might be a little better, but they've both reached that ceiling. I mean, Shapovalov's been top 10 and he actually looked like he was going to...
Could have been the real deal.
He could have been the real deal, but he's just a rapper.
Yeah, Shapo's just one of those guys. I know he's.
Do you know him personally? Shapo? You've met him?
This is rap name. We're talking about rap.
Didn't know Gary knew him.
Gary
Interesting.
raps with him.
Gary raps
No,
with
I definitely don't. But we spoke about Ruud a lot last week. Ruud's the kind of guy that if Shapo's not in his game, he's never going to beat Ruud.
Probably more. Actually, see now you've just sort of brought that to the attention of the room. I think Shapovalov's like so much more explosive than Ruud. I actually see that if you were to do a compilation of their best shots ever, probably you're thinking Shapovalov's probably the best player of all time. Actually,
But he does it 1 in 10.
like you ever watch, like Olivier Giroud? If you watch his compilation of goals, you think he was a 20-time Ballon d'Or winner. He just scores the most beautiful goals ever. So a wee bit like Shapovalov actually.
But when you mentioned Casper Ruud, not getting too far ahead of myself, but the qualifiers for Davis Cup next year, Serbia v Norway is going to give us Djokovic v Ruud. First round qualifier.
Well, that means they're out. I actually saw that Ruud beat Rafa for the first time, obviously in a
match that doesn't
exhibition.
count.
Yeah, last night in an exhibition last night, he beat him like 6-4 or 6-4 or something like that, and I'm sitting looking at it going, he's let him win that, hasn't he?
I'm waiting on his apology video on YouTube. Yeah. Rafa, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for the disrespect I brought to the name.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for beating you.
They've definitely wagered that we'll win one each in their wee tour of South America.
Yeah, and like we just do a decider match or something, which would be lovely.
Rafa will absolutely nail him. Did you see the one that Rafa beat him in Mexico? Hit his fastest forehand ever, and it was unbelievable. You know, if you see it,
I did see it. I can't remember the speed it was at, but
300 miles an hour.
Still 10 mile an hour less than yours, Pricey.
Yeah, not as big as the Callum Price boom town forehand.
Mr. Roberts, one last question for you on the Davis Cup. You got to see some players live. Keeping it on the tennis here, was any players that disappointed you when you were watching them live, that you thought they were going to be better than they were?
Well, obviously I said Kokonakis, but I didn't actually think he was that good in the first place. Marin Cilic, one of them players though, Grand Slam champion, Grand Slam finalist on multiple occasions. He had a total stinker. He was pish. Yeah, and he just looked, he looked so uninterested, as if he knew Mektic and Pavic would win. Well, they didn't, obviously, but as if he thought, well, it doesn't really matter what I do here. And Diminar's so quick. Like, he couldn't hit a winner. He was so fast, and everything he returns was so deep. Honestly, I'm not even joking. It was like just seeing a mirror image of myself on the court.
Fuck off.
It was unbelievable. But no, probably for me, Marin Cilic.
I was just mentioning to the boys there, we've obviously just had Thanksgiving over in America just last week, and it got me thinking, what are you thankful for in the tennis world, and who would you in the tennis world take to dinner on the assumption that you go to them in their home country, you dine with them, you can ask them any question you want, or any questions the whole night, enjoy a nice wee bottle of red wine, wee bit of culture. Who you having? I'm having Del Potro. I think it would only take me till the end of the starters to convince him to come back to tennis. And if I was his coach, and I'd teach him how to hit a backhand properly, and he'd take over the tour, who's beating him? Nobody.
Has he had a glass of red wine yet before you've asked him that question?
Well, I probably wouldn't leave in an empty bottle. I might end up getting glassed.
How many bottles have you had?
No.
To even ask that question, I know.
No, well, that's we all agree that's what Del Potro was missing, is a backhand. Regardless of injuries, you power through.
And 2 wrists.
Well, no, but single-hander. I know I've just slated it, but...
You're flying to Buenos Aires?
I'm going Buenos Aires. One way, no stops.
Can you go straight from Glasgow to Buenos Aires?
Del Potro, reach out to me, find out.
Need some guitar changes there.
They're a bit busy
You
just
want
now.
for a
Guitar's
documentary?
got quite a lot on its hands, but other than that, we'll look after there. Skinny, who you having?
Oh, I'm going to get a flight from Glasgow to Dublin first.
I don't know any Irish tennis players.
Who's that guy I played in the first round of G&D?
You stop at Dublin because you avoid American immigration when you get there. Smart. I would take my flight all the way to LA, and I'd be sitting down for Thanksgiving dinner with Serena Williams.
Wow, I bet you she's so buzzing.
Oh, she'd be buzzing. I wouldn't have a red wine. I think it would be more maybe a Jack and Coke and a few pints. And I would just like
just
to
for
ask
Serena.
her. I would just like to ask her all about that US Open experience. The crowd, how she was feeling that week. I think you would just get so much wonderful information and potential one of the greatest players of all time. How did she cope with that final week? I'd be such an interesting
So
conversation.
realistically, you have the chance to have dinner with any tennis player in the world that's played this season, and you've just went full on journalist.
No, I would ask her as in like a fan.
Oh, how did you feel when you walked on and played that last match? And she's just standing there. Oh my god, she's like, I've been asked this 400. You've wasted her time.
I would be like, did you feel fucking raging when you hit that last shot?
Whoa, the tables have turned here, man.
I know.
This has gone from
You
a
just
nice
said-
meal to fucking hell.
No, that's just the thing. I think you'd be behind the scenes stuff.
She's not picking you anyhow.
Of course she isn't. Right, who are you picking then?
I'm going to go to Taylor Fritz because...
Were you getting the same flight?
Not after that chat, man. Imagine
No,
a
I'm
transatlantic flight with him.
I'm going Taylor Fritz because California knows how to party. And the chance of me getting on Netflix then is pretty high, eh?
You would not be getting
Well,
Netflix.
no.
You'd be getting cut out of that programme.
Callum, you've got a face for the radio.
He gets 24 hours coverage pretty much, doesn't he? He is the number one guy for Netflix. So I'd ask him, what's it like with cameras following you about, i.e. Netflix, all day? That's interesting. All right. Does he act differently on the camera, and does he play up to it? Because they're not going to be there, so I'll be like, are you acting it a bit? Acting the big man on tour? Then I would say, what's it like with your girlfriend being sometimes a bigger highlight than you being there? But she does get she gets, every single time he plays, the camera's on her right away.
Yeah, I follow her on TikTok, not gonna lie.
Yep, and that is her number one follow. She saw that and she was like, I am so grateful for him. So I would ask him questions like that. I think definitely up for a drink because I saw him try and down champagne at the Lava Cup. Shout out to Ellie Golden. So yeah, I think he would be who I'd pick. I'd ask him nothing about tennis, nothing about sport. I'd just ask personal questions. Who do you like most on the tour? Who do you not like on the tour? Who's a bit of a dick on the tour? Stuff like that.
Are you getting sick of me asking you these questions?
Thanks. All right, Gary, go for it then.
Also going to America.
Wow.
It's Thanksgiving. It's an American holiday. Francis Tiafoe.
Big fool.
He seems like the coolest guy on tour. Do you not think?
Do you think he's a bit irritating sometimes?
Yes, all the time.
Oh.
Yes.
He's very
Yes, I do.
Pricey, we know you hate him, but the guy's fun, man. He's hyped. Like he'll take you to the American football on Thanksgiving. Skinny, we know you love that. The basketball the day after. He's good pals with like Kevin Durant and all that. He's just a cool guy, man. I think he'd be cool to hang about with.
So you're a hanger on here on this Thanksgiving weekend?
I'll take what I can get.
I'm with you. I don't not like him. I just think sometimes he's a bit irritating. I think sometimes he puts it on a little bit. Don't know, but that's just my view.
You try to be entertaining, no?
I've got a wee bit
well
of a
played to
thing.
him, but
I've got a wee thing against forced fun, and TFO is forced fun, in my opinion.
yeah, I think he does. The US Open, he was outstanding. He made the US Open. If it wasn't for him, it wouldn't even been half as good as what it was. But everywhere else, I just feel like it's a little bit. Oh, laugh at what I do.
But his story's wonderful.
His story is
And
great.
he does
It's
great work for
fantastic,
charity and all that. Come
absolutely
on.
brilliant.
It's a great story.
Cool guy. I think that would be my choice.
I'm so interested to hear what you're going to say here,
I have
Ross B.
no idea where
Where are we going here?
I'm going to stay local. Well, semi-local. It's not like down the street. But it's the same country. And I feel like it's my responsibility in the pod to try and bring a bit of a light to the umpires of the world.
Oh, no.
Yeah, hey.
You choose an umpire.
I've chosen umpire, yeah. Just a different perspective, man. And I've chose James QuizThe.
Why?
Just cause he's an well, actually, not. I met the guy once before, and he was really sound. I think he's like the best umpire out there, maybe beside Liani. And I think I'll just be a cool wee chat. It's not as romantic as Pricey was going to make out, as with a bottle of wine and next to a fireplace and shit.
You've gone for a Taco Bell.
Probably a Taco Bell. Well,
Fish and chips on the Dorset coast or something.
What would you even ask him though?
What's the first question?
how you doing?
All right, Joey Cipriani, you know.
Do you want water for the table?
All right. Do you think you would stay in or would you go out?
Oh no, you did not just do that. Oh no, that's the worst chat I've ever heard in my life, man. Oh dear. Taylor Fritz is going to spend zero time with you. He'll be like getting you patched off the Amazon Prime.
And to bring the podcast to close this week, we're just going to briefly say congratulations to Ross Skinner.
Congratulations.
Well done, mate.
He is 2 for 2, or 2 for, I don't know, 300 or something.
Back to back, baby.
But he has got back-to-back predictions right with Canada and Djokovic. Well done for picking the two favourites for 2 weeks in a row.
Joint
well
favourites,
done.
Canada. Joint favourites.
And we don't actually have any predictions for the following week because the 2022 season is over, but the 2023 season starts in 2 weeks, which makes absolutely no sense. That will be the tennis season for Ross P, who made sure I said tennis in that part in case anyone listening didn't understand it was a tennis podcast.
You're welcome, guys.
But yeah, that'll be us done. We have one tournament next week though, and it is in Hamilton in Glasgow, and myself and Pricey will be taking on the rest of the dross that is
Anyone who's brave enough.
Yes, which would be Ross P and his partner, who shall not be
Shall not be
said-
named.
named.
No Voldemort.
But no, that is us at the end of our podcast. We thank you all as usual for listening. Please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and anything else you can find. That is at Loosely Strung TP. Thanks for listening.
Bye.